1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lapel 2. 1, 2, 3.
Not work with them.
Oh yeah, that's yeah.
I'm expecting that today's a great opportunity to share with lots of other people what we're doing here and also learn about what else we can achieve to make this venue and the city even more sustainable for events. We've got some terrific partners showing how we can make events more sustainable, generate power in different ways to support events, where and how we can source materials from, source food from, source drink from, that can help make the total event and the total experience for delegates not only more sustainable but of a higher quality.
I'm Kate Rochester. I illustrated the panels for the stand which are all about sustainability at events like this.
Start to make your way up to Auditorium 2, where the sustainability workshop is now due to commence. Thank you.
It's an absolute pleasure to welcome you to sunny Brighton and Hove. We're going to be talking to you a little bit about some of the ways in which you can bring sustainability into your own events and introduce some of the initiatives we've developed here to help you. We thought carefully about how to make this particular event a sustainable one. We hope you agree the things we've done actually enhance the event, and many of them you probably won't or might not even notice. We'll not be handing out any documents or packs. We'll be sending out all slides electronically. So do please use the iPads in front of you. You can take your own notes. They'll all be emailed to you later. We're going to hand over to the panel, and we've got a great panel lined up for you today who'll give you short presentations on particular subjects that they are experts at. And then we're going to go to a round table, best practice, where really we want the tables themselves to draw out some ideas that you already probably have about how we can improve further.
So I've been working in events for about 15 years, and for the last 6 of those it's been focusing on reducing energy consumption and adopting renewables within primarily the live events sector in outdoor events. Currently it's estimated that less than 0.1% of the total energy and fuel consumed by the events sector is generated from renewable energies. So we've got quite a long way to go if we're going to make our contribution towards reducing emissions within the events sector. There are a lot of excellent technologies already available to event organisers, and they're starting to be adopted. These already range from solar power generators, wind power generators, through to biofuels and biodiesel, also hydrogen fuel cells, as well as kinetic energy. You can see the bikes downstairs in the foyer which generate electricity that can contribute towards your event, and also hybrid systems which combine diesel or biodiesel generation with renewable energy to reduce fuel consumption. The technology's out there, it's available for you to use, and there's a number of resources for you to get independent advice on who's best to use for what different scenario. And I'd encourage you to start looking into that and adopting it, and in many cases you'll find that it doesn't have a negative impact on your bottom line.
My biggest bit of advice really is to kind of start at the end. Now, what I kind of mean by that is I'd really recommend that you start by thinking about what you want the outcome to be, what you want your delegates to see, and what you want to measure. Working with the Brighton Centre on this stuff has been an absolute pleasure because they really crack on. And actually, you know, they see the benefits, they deliver things that really have savings, but they're always looking for the next opportunity. So I just wanted to sneak that in there quickly and cheekily. The big project that you'll see next door is about lighting replacement, and all of the projects here have had payback periods that are under a year, with not too much investment, and they're really impressive in terms of the savings that have been achieved. They did a project to install timers to stop urinal flushing continuously, and that saved 96% on the water consumption. That's really significant, and certainly a project that we could tell you more about if you're interested in that kind of thing. There's recycling throughout the building, as you'll see as you go around, for paper, plastics, glass and cardboard. They're actually now getting paid £60 a tonne for every bale of cardboard, every tonne of cardboard produced, rather than paying in the region of £800 a year to have it taken away.
Brighton's been welcoming visitors for over 200 years. So once you're in the city, it's quite a strange thing. You don't actually need transport whilst you're in the city. We are truly a 10-minute city. Someone once said of Brighton, Brighton is made for wandering around on foot. To drive is to miss the point. It's a safe, it's an enjoyable, it's an interesting place to walk around. We have a downloadable Visit Brighton app, so to cut down on printed materials. It's available free of charge on iPhone and Android. And recently we worked with Green Traveller and Visit Britain to produce a Green Traveller guide. Again, this is available from visitbrighton.com to download.
The video conference is no longer the reserve of the big company boardroom. It's experienced a real resurgence. It's great for the environment for obvious reasons because it reduces travel dramatically, and of course nowadays you can take part in it using the mobile internet on a range of devices from your laptop right down to your smartphone. But it's important that we think about how we manage this online event experience because it can be a lonely thing to sit with your laptop or tablet and view an event all alone. And we know from experience that really people like getting together in groups and sharing collaborative experiences. But you can find a balance between the two that hopefully has a positive impact on the sustainability of your communications. We can take all of these technologies that I've just touched on briefly now and we can combine them into really complex hybrid events. It's up to businesses and event organisers to think about taking a common sense view about when it's appropriate to send people travelling off to an event where they could perhaps get access to that content through alternative channels online.
We've got loads of questions in. I think, are we going to be able to pull up the questions on the main screen? Brilliant. Could each of the panellists provide their top sustainability tips? So look, why don't we finish on that, starting from the far end, working back. Darren.
Walk, I think. I think just using the transport, telling your delegates that it is an affordable, an easy option, and to leave the cars at home.
Shalay.
So for me, it would really be to give people a warm, fuzzy feeling for doing the right thing rather than banging on at them for doing the wrong thing, because you'll be encouraging them in the longer term to keep doing good stuff.
Great. Andy, what about you?
For me, it's about energy reduction, so reduce your energy consumption and then be open to the world of renewable energy and start adopting that.
Great. Tay?
As far as digital communication goes, I think it's about making it a strategy rather than doing it piecemeal and dipping your toe in the water. Grasp the nettle and really think about it in a connected way throughout the year or over multiple years. People don't need to get together face to face as regularly as you might think, and actually we're seeing clients who are holding a series of events annually or quarterly, and they're just getting people face to face every other event or every third event, and the rest of the communication is all happening remotely online.
So we were talking about waste and sustainable materials that can be used. So I guess we kind of covered them both off. But carpet, so carpet, as we've all decided, wastes after every single event. So we kind of decided, I guess, the main solution would be to communicate with the venue as to whether they can actually keep it after the event and do something with it. The carpet here has been stored in the car park. It was used last year at the event we did.
We talked about land use, trees and wildlife basically, and although you might think that that's nothing directly linked to the events industry, you know, I think the people who attend the events, delegates, conference organisers and all of us here really care about the environment. You could do like a plant a tree scheme for delegates, you know, part of their delegate fee, or you could incentivise them in some way to plant a tree. If there isn't enough land available, if you're in urban areas, then you know, garden rooftops, because they also provide insulation for venues, so that can reduce heating costs, etc., energy costs.
And all of the planting that we've got in here today is clearly it's all live. So when we've finished with the event that's clearly been decorated for today, the larger items return to Stammer Nursery, which is just on the outskirts of the city, and the smaller tabletop decorations return to a small local business, I think, based in Horsham.
So we discussed really about giving something back and about sort of how as volunteers you can use volunteers from the local community, you can engage people and give something back to the local community. And a big part, as somebody else mentioned earlier, is all about communication as well, talking, minimising impact by talking, minimising impact by planning, and just being very upfront and getting your message out there that your event may come, it may impact on your community, but actually this is the positive benefits that we're going to bring too. So it was kind of more about how we can bring something to the community rather than taking something away.
We were talking about the impact events have on local economy and how the relationship that can form between an event organiser and a venue can promote the local economy by using suppliers who have a sustainable accreditation. It's not being sort of saying you have to use these people or anything like that, but just really thinking about, are the people that you're using sustainable? Preferably, of course, you know, to aid the local economy, it would be great to use local suppliers.
The big solution was about education, making sure that the delegates and your organisers are aware of what venues have already done, aware of what they can do in these areas, and also making them aware that they can actually save money, or even just, if not a saving, it can be an equal cost. It doesn't have to be more expensive.
So we were looking at how the health and well-being of delegates and people attending, and our initial thoughts were natural light and fresh air, and we said, well, maybe, you know, you could take your delegates for lunch at a restaurant across the road or get them outside. And then that kind of developed into, well, we're in England and probably about 2 months of the year are sunny. So we thought, okay, well, we kind of moved away from that and we looked at getting people moving around and walking and being active within an exhibition, conference, whatever the event may be, and providing each delegate with a sort of pedometer.
We had transport, which is a complex issue, and I think we decided there were no easy answers. However, we had some good ideas. Technology definitely has a role to play, and we've got one case study of the future of hybrid events and how technology solved real transport issues for one organiser. By putting the event online, they expected, 1,500 views, and actually got 11,000 from countries and people where they didn't expect anyone to be watching. Again, we had one case study of somebody who'd been to a conference where they provided the delegates with electric bikes, which was a really great idea. That was in Turkey, and obviously not necessarily relevant where the weather is freezing cold in October or November, no matter where you are in the UK. But I thought that perhaps Brighton does need a Boris Bikes kind of solution. But overall, I think it's a joined-up approach is what's required. It's not going to be individual tactics for cars or for bikes or getting around. It's actually thinking about it in a rounded sense and trying to come up with a strategy rather than just individual things.
Hi. Yeah, we were looking at local and sustainable food, and I think it's a great opportunity on this table that we shared some really good best practice. I'd like to introduce Lee, who's from the Barbican, who really, I think, is way ahead of the curve in terms of what they're doing at the Barbican, and if you could just talk through some of the practice that you're going through.
We're offering things like seasonal menus using organic ingredients sourced locally with provenance, using fair trade and Rainforest Alliance products, things like coffee, chocolate, tea, other such things. Also promoting things like low food mileage menus where ingredients are all supplied within 200 miles of the venue. Even the tea comes from Wales, and the coffee is ground in the City of London. And then obviously just bringing the loop to a close, operating a 100% food waste recycling system through things like food composting.
I think before we finish, where's Tay? Tay, do you want to just pick up on the perceptions survey that we did right at the beginning? 98% of you will be incorporating sustainability initiatives into your future events. I think the first question was the one I saw the original response to, which was about your own levels of confidence. Clearly changed. And I think one of the great things about today is we're all in this together. There is no single expert. It is about learning from each other. So I hope that's been a helpful introduction to things that will benefit all of us.
That's beautiful, isn't it?
My name is Hugh Jones. I'm the events manager for the University of Brighton. It's a massive improvement. Again, not just in terms of energy efficiency, but in the carpeting changes. This room itself, with the vista here, is vastly improved. It's been a great improvement, and the whole venue, with the opening up of downstairs with the glass and everything, it just feels much fresher and cleaner and more efficient place.
I'm Philippa Shanahan from Catch Publications. I learnt a lot actually. I've only been working in this industry for about 6 months, so it was really interesting to learn just how much money can be saved by, for example, changing the carpets, changing the light bulbs, and so on. Yeah.
I was talking about the benefits of bringing an event to Brighton and how the city can accommodate it, but I learned lots of things interesting about the Brighton Centre in particular, and ways to be more sustainable, throughout all parts of your conference. So yes, I learned quite a lot.
I'm Andy Mead, I'm the CEO at Firefly Solar. I was part of the panel today. Really interesting to hear some of the other panellists' points of views and see some of the great work that they're doing here at the Brighton Centre to be more sustainable.
My name's Tim Benson. I'm Managing Director of Pebble Productions, and I'm also a Project Manager at Firefly. I've been involved sort of in the organisation of this in terms of bringing down some of the Kinetrix products down here to demonstrate the people-powered generators. I think it's been a great day. I think Penny, Rebecca and Howard have done a grand job. It's really good to understand a bit more about their journey on ISO 20121 to see how far they've got. It's very interesting also to hear from venues like the Barbican about what they're doing, and then to have a good opportunity to network with clients from outside of Brighton.
I'm Daniel Golding. I'm from venuefinder.com/blue and green, which is a venue listing website and a venue finding service. I thought today was very informative and very well put together and very well organised, and the venue is beautiful. It's the first time I've ever been to Brighton, first time I've been to this venue, and I'm really impressed with everything so far.
Hello, my name's Penny. I'm the Business and Communications Manager here at the Brighton Centre. So we've had our sustainability workshop event, and I think it's been really successful. Everybody seems to have enjoyed themselves, and there were some topics of conversation that I think have opened up the sort of debate, or yeah, I think people enjoyed themselves. I did.
It's been a fantastic day. We had a really good turnout, lots of people attending the event, lots of good ideas being exchanged, things we've learnt, things we've been able to share, and lots to follow up on as well. So no, I'm really pleased.
Again. Hi, my name's Rebecca Edwards. I work here at the Brighton Centre in the Conference Sales Department, and we are just pulling down our sustainable event here today. Today, I've just learned that people are really interested in sustainability. They're really interested in sustainability, but they're not interested in being preached at. They're interested in talking about it. They're feeling inspired by other people doing things, and they just want some help. No one's got answers now. No one knows the answer. No one can preach anymore. We're all trying to do different things. So yeah, there's a real want to discuss, but not be told.